हेलो बच्चों, आप सभी कैसे हैं। उम्मीद है आप सभी ठीक ही होंगे। आज हम मूवमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया पे आए हुए आईआईटी एडवांस और मेंस और नीट के कुछ प्रश्नों को सॉल्व करेंगे। सो ये प्रश्न दिस क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड इन जेईई एडवांस 2026। सो द फोर सिनेरियो गिवन हियर। सो इन चारों सिनेरियो में दिया हुआ है कि एम मास एंड एल लेंथ की रॉड है। दिस रॉड हैविंग मास एम एंड लेंथ एल, and here three rods are in this configuration, each rod having mass m and length l. Here two rod is here and here four rod is here. So चारों सिनेरियो में जो रॉड है उसका मास m है और लेंथ उसकी l। हमको इस एक्सिस के अबाउट एंड इस एक्सिस के अबाउट एंड दिस एक्सिस के अबाउट एंड इस एक्सिस के अबाउट, दीज आर डिफरेंट सिनेरियो। सो हमको मूवमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया इसका निकालना है रॉड का। सो इन दिस सिचुएशन, दिस इज द फर्स्ट सिचुएशन हियर। पहली सिचुएशन में क्या है, दिस इज हियर द मास ऑफ द रॉड इज m एंड लेंथ इज l। सो वी नो, हमको पता है कि मूवमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया किसी मास के लिए मूवमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया वुड बी m r स्क्वायर। So here r is the perpendicular distance. So when we writing a moment of inertia of a body, so r would be the perpendicular distance. In this scenario, this is the first case. In this case, the length of length of rod is l, and the distance from, we take the perpendicular distance. So the perpendicular distance would be this would be the perpendicular distance. Take a small mass here, so we dm mass, for dm mass the perpendicular distance would be the sine component of this distance. So this is the perpendicular distance. Suppose this is length is x and the component of perpendicular would be x sine theta. So on integrating 0 to L, this becomes ml square. So moment of inertia for this rod moment, we know the moment of inertia about the hinge point, that is ml square by 3. So for both rod, दोनों रॉडों के लिए moment of inertia hinge point के about ml square by 3 for this rod also। इस रॉड के लिए भी ml square by 3 होगा, इस रॉड के लिए भी ml square by 3 होगा, but the distance would be ml square। So L would be L sin theta, L would be L sin theta। So two rod is here, ml sin theta, this will be ml sin theta whole square by 3, ml square by 3। So this, for this rod moment of inertia ml square by 3, so L becomes L sin theta। So this distance, we take the perpendicular distance, so perpendicular distance would be L sin theta, so this would be L sin theta। So moment of inertia would be 2 by 3 m L square sin square and theta is 45 degree। So putting the value here, so this becomes 2 by 3 ml square and 45 is 1 by root 2, so this becomes 1 by 2। So moment of inertia becomes ml square by 3। In this case, we have to find the moment of inertia about the axis, that is OCO dash। So moment of inertia is OCO dash, we have to find here। So for this rod and this rod, similarly, the angle is the perpendicular distance would be L sin 60, and for this L sin 60, and for this rod, so we write here 2 ml sin 60 whole square by 3 ml square by 3 moment of inertia of the rod over the hinge plus ml square and this perpendicular distance. We take the perpendicular distance. For this we have we take we when we when we writing the moment of inertia about its rotational axis, we always take the perpendicular distance. So ml square and the perpendicular distance would be m L, this length is L, so the component, this angle is also 60 degree, so this vertical component would be L sin 60, L sin 60, L sin 60 square. So we write here 2 by 3 sin 60 would be root 3 by 2, so this becomes 3 by root 3 by 2 L square by 3. So here this becomes 2 3 cancel out, so m is also here 2m by 3, 2m L sin 60 by 3 plus ml square, so ml square sin 60 3 by 4, root 3 by 2 becomes 3 by 4, this also becomes 3 by 4, so we write here 3 by 4 and L square. So this becomes 3 cancel out and m by 2 L square plus ml3 ml square by 4. So this becomes 4 2 5 ml square by 4. This is the moment of inertia about this axis of rotation. Here the axis of rotation is this type. So for C condition, the moment of inertia IOCO dash, this would be ml square ml sin 60 whole square by 3 ml square by 3. So this becomes ml square into 3 by 3 into 4 root 3 by 2. So this becomes 3 by 4. 3 cancel out. This becomes ml square by 4. For D, the moment of this angle is 90 degree. So this is the axis. So this rod is making 45 degree. 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 4 rods is here. So for D, IOCO dash would be 4 times m L sin 45 square by 3. So this becomes root 3 by 2 3 4 into m L square, this becomes 1 by root 2. So this becomes 2, this becomes 3, so this becomes 2 by 3 ml square by 3. So 4 rods is here. So we add moment of inertia of this and we take the perpendicular distance. If we suppose here the small element is here, so we take a perpendicular distance from this, perpendicular distance from this, perpendicular distance from this, perpendicular distance from this. So perpendicular distance would be the component of L sin theta here. L sin theta, L sin theta. So ml square, mr square becomes L sin theta. So sin theta whole square here. So this problem is asked in JEE Advanced 2026 this year. Not very difficult, and we discuss another problem This problem is asked in JEE Mains. So in this problem, we have given JEE Mains. This is good question here. We have given a this is a hollow sphere, and this is a solid cylinder. This is a hollow sphere and this is a solid cylinder. The radius, this is 2r, and this is the also axis of rotation, and this is also axis of rotation. This is rotation is like this. This is omega. This is axis of rotation. So this distance is 4r and this distance is 2r, and here given the mass of the hollow sphere is m, and also the mass of the solid cylinder is m. So mass for both cases are same. Here the mass of the solid sphere is m and mass of the solid cylinder is m. So we have find here the radius of gyration, the ratio of radius of gyration. This scenario and this scenario. This is suppose first scenario, this is second scenario. So here we have to find the ratio of radius of gyration. So we know moment of inertia is mk square. K is radius of gyration. Moment of inertia m equal to mk square. So k would be under root I by m. Since the mass for both cases are same, so we write here k is proportional to I. So here we write k1 upon k2 is equal to I1 upon I2. This is root I1. I1 upon I2 root. So in this scenario, this is system 1. So I1 about this is the diameter. This hollow sphere is diametrically spinning here. So we write the moment of inertia of the hollow sphere would be 2 by 3 mr square. This is the moment of inertia of the hollow sphere. Let's say this is system 1. So moment of inertia would be mr square here. So moment of inertia would be mr square. And in this case, this is second case. So here we know this moment of inertia. When we finding the moment of inertia of a solid cylinder, this cylinder behaves as a disc. So we know the moment of, here we take, this is mass m, so we take a dm strip here, dm mass strip here, this is dm mass strip, we take here, this is dm mass, and this distance is suppose from the is this is a this diametrically cylinder is rotating here. So we have to find the moment of inertia about this axis. So this distance suppose x and this is a dx strip is we have cut here. So this mass is dm and this strip is dx, and we write here. So m dm would be total mass is m and radius is 4r, and dx is the strip. So this dm mass would be this. So we write here moment of inertia. So moment of inertia of dm mass about its diametrical axis. So this would be dm into x square, dm into x square by 4. The moment of inertia of a disk about its diameter, its tangent, its diameter would be mx square by 2. When we finding the vertical axis, this is a disk is rotating about the perpendicular axis, then moment of inertia would be mr square by 2. And when we take the moment of inertia about its diametrical axis, then it would be ix plus iy would be iz. This is moment of inertia of this about the perpendicular axis. So when we finding the diametrical axis, so this would be becomes iz by 2. So this moment of inertia becomes half, plus here dm into r square. This is radius r square. This radius is r. So dm r square. Radius is r square r. So we write here dm r square by 4. And for this element, so we write here dm x square. So moment of inertia would be dm x square for this, and we have to integrate from 0 to 4r. Here we write 0 to 4r, we taking the x is very easy here. So 0 to, this is mr square by 2, mr square by 4. So dm, put the value here, m upon 4r into 4, this is r square, plus 0 to 4r into dx, plus m upon 4r into dx, this is m and x square, this is x square. So here common m upon 4r would be common here, this is m upon 4r common. So this becomes r square by 4 dx plus m upon 4r x square dx, 0 to 4r, this is r. So m upon 4r integration r square as it is, and this becomes x. So putting the value, this would be 4r minus 0, so this becomes 4r, and this becomes x cube by 3, so becomes 4r whole cube by 3, r cube, this becomes m 4 r square. So 4 plus 64 upon 3, so this becomes mr square, and this becomes 67 upon 12. This is the moment of inertia of the about its this axis. So we find here k1 upon k2, radius of gyration would be k1 upon k2 would be I1 is 2 by 3, mr square cancel, and this would be 67 into this 12, so 4, and this would be 8 by 67. This is the moment radius of gyration. So this question is good question, and I hope your concept will be built by analyzing this question. So another question, in this question a disk is given and a cavity is made inside a disk. So we know cavity make inside a disk. So the scenario is, this is a disk and this disk is rotating about this axis. This is perpendicular axis, horizontal plane, we suppose this is disk and the omega is in this direction, in z direction. So this is the rotation. So omega in k cap direction. This disk is placed on a horizontal plane. So we write here, we write we have to find, हमको पता करना है यहाँ पे, जब इस डिस्क के अंदर से एक कैविटी, ये इस टाइप की कैविटी है, द रेडियस ऑफ कैविटी इज r/3 and disk having mass m and radius r. When this cavity we make the cavity in the disk, thereafter we have to find the moment of inertia in that scenario. So moment of inertia would be, in that scenario we have to calculate here, when the moment of inertia about this axis, suppose this is z z dash, z z dash. So moment of inertia, well, when this disk is not removed, this hole is, cavity is not made, जब कैविटी नहीं की गई है तब हमको लिखना है मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया. टोटल मोमेंट ऑफ इनर्शिया क्या होगा? दिस इज ए डिस्क, सो वी राइट I z z dash. So moment of inertia of the disk about its perpendicular axis, that is mr square by 2. This is the moment of inertia of the whole disk. This is whole disk. When removing the disk, we know the density, this is areal density of the disk. This would be m upon r square, m upon area, mass upon area. This is the density of the areal density. This density is areal, so this becomes m upon a. So we write here, mass of the disk would be proportional to its radius square. Area is pi r square, so mass is proportional to r square. So we write here, so this mass, so this is the cavity, we find the moment of inertia of the cavity. So this is the distance r by, this distance, this total distance, this total distance is r from here to here, and this distance is r by 3 here to here. So this distance becomes 4r by 3. This distance becomes 4r by 3, 2r by 3, r minus r by 3. This distance becomes 2r by 3. So this is the z axis. So remove disk I z z. Suppose this is I dash. Remove disk. The disk, this disk moment, we have to find the moment of inertia of the disk having radius r by 3. So what would be the mass of this disk? We know mass is directly proportional to r square. So mass becomes, this whole mass is m, then its mass becomes m by 9. Mass is proportional to r square, density is constant, so mass becomes m by 8. So write here I z z. So we apply here parallel axis theorem. First we write the moment of inertia here. So moment of inertia of the disk would be half mr square, mass is m by 9 and radius is r by 3, mr square, half mr square. And we apply the perpendicular axis, parallel axis theorem. So we suppose the mass, this is m by 9 and radius will be 2r by 3 whole square. So this becomes half mr square by 3. So mr square 162 plus 4 mr square for 81. So this becomes 162 mr square 81 to 8. This becomes 9 mr square. So this becomes 18 mr square by 18. So I remaining Z dash. So on removal this disk from here, this is cavity. So we find the this disk moment of inertia and whole moment of inertia. So this moment of inertia would be reduced here, subtracted here. So I Z dash. So this becomes mr square by 2 minus mr square by 18. So this becomes 18, 9, 8. 8 mr square by 18. So 4 by 9 mr square. This is the moment of inertia of the remaining part of the disk while this cavity is made here. So another question. In this question is asked in NEET 2026 this year. So in this question, two hollow sphere is given here. First is this and this, and the second scenario is this. So this is suppose A axis, this is B axis, A dash and B dash. The mass of this mass is m, this mass is, and radius is r, this is small r. Mass is m and radius is capital R, and mass is small m, radius is small r. So we have find the moment of inertia I dash minus I dash. So in moment of inertia about this is a hollow sphere. So we know the moment of inertia for the hollow sphere about this axis. For this is also a vertical axis here. So moment of inertia we have find the about this axis. So moment of inertia for this axis would be, this is I dash suppose. So we write here 2 by 3 m r square, and moment of inertia of this axis, this sphere will be 2 by 3 small m r square. And when we finding the moment of inertia about this axis, this mass would be, we suppose this mass will be placed here. So m mass is here. So distance from here to here would be r plus r. This is the distance. We apply here perpendicular axis theorem. We write the moment of inertia about this axis, this sphere, this hollow sphere, and we apply the parallel axis theorem. This is parallel, both axes are parallel, and one axis is passing through its. So we apply here parallel axis theorem. So this would be m small m. So this mass would be placed here suppose. So this would be m r plus r square small, and I b dash would be moment of inertia of the bigger sphere and moment of inertia as the smaller sphere. So this would be m, and we have to find the moment of inertia about this axis. So we place this mass m here, and this distance would be r plus r. So moment of inertia would be, this mass is m, capital M, r plus r square. So on subtracting, these terms would be cancel out. So this becomes m r plus r whole square and m r plus r square. So in previous 2 years, 2025, the question, the standard of question asking in NEET is equivalent to IIT mains exam, not lower than the IIT mains exam. So the standard of NEET physics paper from 2 years, very not easy. So we have to build our concept to crack out the competition. So this type of question asked in NEET. नीट में भी अच्छे क्वेश्चन पूछे जा रहे हैं 2 साल से, आसान नहीं है ये इसके बाद we have to discuss a scenario here. A rod, this is a rod, and this rod, this is a vertical axis. This rod is making theta angle with vertical axis. This rod is mass m and length l, small l. We have to find when the rod is rotating about this axis with angular velocity omega rotating. This rod is form a conical loop here. We have to find here semi vertex angle. This angle theta from the axis of rotation. This is axis of rotation here. This is axis of rotation. So we have to find the theta here, the value of theta. So we calculate here. We take a infinite similar very small element. Suppose this is dm element here. We take here a dm element from this distance of axis of rotation is x. So two type of force is acting here, and the distance from horizontal distance would be x naught. Suppose this distance is x naught here. So one force is acting, gravitational force is here. This would be dm into g, and another, this is a centrifugal force. So we know while the object is moving in circular path, a centrifugal force is acting on this. So this force would be dm x naught omega square. So we have to, this rod is hinged about O. So we have to find the torque for both scenario. So this is gravitation force. Gravitation force is acting here, and this is a centrifugal force is acting here. So torque would be torque by the gravitation. We have find the torque by the gravitation. Here understand the scenario. The gravitation, torque by the gravitation acting such a way that creates to move this rod near to this vertical axis, and the centrifugal force, torque by the centrifugal force acting in this direction, these acted as a its move away from this direction. This is both torque are opposite, and for equilibrium these both torque will be same for the conical motion. Either if this force is not here, so this rod will be tilted here, and when this force is not here, this rod is go away. So these both torque would be balanced for its conical motion. So we find the torque by the gravitation. So what is the torque by the gravitation? And we write here dm would be, and we say a small element dx here, and dm would be m by l. The whole length is l. Suppose this is small l, and this is dx. So the dm mass for this element would be written as, this is dm, and we find the torque. So what would be torque by the gravitation? Here the gravitation force is acting in downward direction. So we take torque about O. Torque about O. About O. So this force is acting here. So we take the perpendicular distance. So this is x naught. The torque would be x naught into dm into g. So we have to integrate. Initial limit is 0 and final limit is L. So we have integrate, we know the use of integration. My lecture, I have also explained in my lecture why we utilize the integration, when the integration is the addition of the segments. So we go torque for the dm mass, and we add all the torque on this limit 0 to L. So this is the integration here, and we write here the value of 0 to L. X naught would be x. This is perpendicular. This is perpendicular. This is base. This is perpendicular. This is hypotenuse. X naught would be x sin theta. This will be x sin theta. This is sign of multiplication. Perpendicular distance into force, or perpendicular into force would be torque. This is multiply. This is vector quantity. R vector cross F vector is torque. So we write here L sin theta into. So we don't confuse. We write x naught dmg. So x sin theta, and dm would be m by l into dx, m by l into dx into g. So here we write xg. So what would be x integration mg by l, and sin theta is constant, and the integration of x would be x square by 2. So we write here l square by 2. So this becomes mg l, 1 l cancel, mg l by 2 sin theta. So we find the torque by the centrifugal force. This is centrifugal force. So this would be 0 to x, and the centrifugal force is acting in this direction. So the perpendicular would be x. This is x cos theta. So this is the perpendicular distance x cos theta, and dm x naught into dm x naught omega square. This is cross product here. We are not denoting here that vector position vector. So we point, this is cross product here. So x, the value of x would be x sin theta. This is x sin theta. So x cos theta, dm would be m by l into ds, and x naught would be x sin theta, and omega square. So x square, and integration of x over dx. So m by l omega square, and sin theta cos theta common. This is omega square. This is 0 to L. This becomes x square dx. So we know integration of x square is equal to x cube by 3. This becomes m by l omega square sin theta cos theta and l cube by 3. So l one can cancel out, and this is equal to tau c would be equal to tau g. These torque, both torque would be equal for the equilibrium, for its motion. Motion would be conical here. So this would be equal to mgl sin theta by 2 m and l l and sin theta m l, and this becomes l square. So this becomes l. One l is cancelled here. So we write here cos theta would be, this is cos theta. So 3g upon 3g upon 2 2l omega square. So theta becomes cos inverse 3g by 2l omega square. So this is also a conceptual question. I hope, मुझे उम्मीद है कि आप लोगों को ये सेशन काफ़ी पसंद आया होगा और इससे आपके जो कॉन्सेप्ट हैं और डेवलप होंगे. सो धन्यवाद एंड टेक केयर.